So today guys, on Art Inspirations, we are going to be doing something a little different. At the time of recording this, I don't know if this is going to be a bonus video or the first video to a few different ones, so by the time you get to the end of this video, I will probably have better details of telling you guys if this will be more than one or just one. But without further ado and without more rambling, I got this little clock from my work. It broke out of something else, and I was just sitting there while I was at work and I went, I wonder what would happen if I created something with it. And it kind of reminded me of Alice in Wonderland, and it gave me the idea of creating a creature that is Alice in Wonderland themed. So kind of for the weekly art inspiration, this one's going to be about creating a creature from random objects I've gotten from work. So that's kind of a weird one, but we're going to be going with it. Whether this is a bonus video or a normal video, I hope you guys enjoy. This is the little clock. I'll hold it up a little closer for you. If you can see, I already have little eyes put in there, but I'm going to kind of go through some different things creating it. It'll probably take more than one day to create this, so you'll be seeing process videos of how I get there. But yeah, so here's a fun off-the-wall art inspirations, and here we go. So guys, one of the things I wanted to do was, so I have my little guy right here, and pretty much I've already taken apart a certain part of it so I could get that off. It doesn't have a battery in it at the moment, otherwise this does work, and I'm planning on keeping it working. But the first thing I really wanted to do was kind of figure out what sketching I wanted to do, which we'll do in just a second. But I have been trying to figure out what kind of fur I want to do for this little creature, because I actually plan on making him poseable, which you'll see what I'm thinking once I start sketching, but this is kind of the idea. I really like this fur I have. I had some shag fur. It has the lighter white on the outside and the darker, and I wanted probably this one for its kind of little mangy head, and then I'm actually just thinking of doing black for the rest of the body, so it kind of matches a little bit of the color going on. This one doesn't match as much, but I really liked it, so that's kind of the idea behind it, where I'm going with it. So without further ado, we will switch over. Oh my gosh, with all this fur. We'll switch over and do some sketches, and then do the little, let's see if I can get up, the little clock face on here and get that done. So yeah. So my first thing I wanted to do while sketching this was, I had the idea of the Cheshire Cat in mind, and I know that I didn't really go through with a lot of the other elements of the Cheshire Cat, but I wanted to do a Wonderlandian kind of theme to it, and had it be, I don't know, the moment I saw the clock face, it just reminded me of, like, what if a cat had the face of a clock? You know, just very strange random thought. But I used markers on the paper because I knew they would stand out and look really good. I can't remember what type of markers they are. I'll put a mention of them in the description below, of which ones they are. But I really enjoyed doing the eyes on it because there was so much you could tell and feel from the eyes and everything about them. And I tried watercolor, and watercolor just did not work out. It was too shiny of a paper, and so I had to go back to my Copics and my Uhu markers to accomplish getting the rest of the coloring done. I do use a blending tool coming up here, as well as I use my normal Japanese black brush pen. And I really love doing the eyes for this, because at first I didn't think they'd be as fantastical as they turned out looking, but it was really fun that the shadows of the eyes made it look like they were popping out, and I really loved how it started looking. I just really enjoy doing these. I love doing the different shades with the white gel pen, and just really making this character come alive, because the funnest thing about these sculptures that are poseable is the fact that you are creating a character that you're going to put out in the real world, and like paper dolls, kind of have it come alive because of that. And during the rest of this, I kind of play around with the blending tool, kind of making it a little bit dingier with a little bit more gray to all of it, so it's not as clean white as you see it here. So there's going to be more of that going on, and then we will go on to the body. So now for the rest of the video, after finishing the finer details on the clock face, we're kind of going to jump around. Some of the video at one point got destroyed, or I don't know what happened, it disappeared. But right here I did a loop. Because this is such a weird head, normally you would just make a little round part like I show on the other body, and then put some tinfoil around it and then use clay and sculpt around it. But for this one, because I'm using the clock face, it already has some little edges, and so that's how I put it into that circle, is I just made it so I can literally clip it in and out so I can change the battery if I needed to. And so going on with that, I shaped the body into the main structure. So imagine if there's a line running through your sketch design. That's pretty much what you're doing, is you are putting a line through it and deciding how it will look so that you can kind of know where the creature will be. This is another part that skips, so what I do is I measure out some wire, make 2 little loops at each end, and then wind the wire so they're like feet, and then kind of just make it look with the shoulder structure going down. And I did this for the front legs, and then I use a thinner wire to wrap around and hold it in place. Again, this is not maybe the best way to do it, but it's how I've done it for quite a while, and it makes my Poseable dolls very movable, and I really like that in a Poseable doll. So that's the main part of this. I also don't show doing the back legs, but pretty much you do the exact same of wire wrapping, just kind of going continually around until you get something that is stiff, and also wire wrapping inside of what you've already wrapped, so you line it through. That makes it a lot easier to be able to have it hold and stay on that body, and it's also easier to do where the neck goes down to the shoulder blades. You can kind of concave it in so that it's held in one place. So against that back, I just added a little edge so that it would hold a little bit better when the head moved down and up. It wouldn't be as flimsy. And then for the rest of the body, exactly as you've seen. I hope you guys have liked this. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon. Remember that you guys are incredible. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Here's some more videos. And have a fantastic week, guys. Stay inspired, stay amazing, and be incredible.